Hey, wait. Before you skip ahead, just to let you know, you can actually watch the full version of this on our Patreon, and you can actually watch next week's episode a full week in advance. I mean, it's very easy. I mean, right down there in the description, or right up here in the corner. Feel free to give it a click, and we'll see you there. Well, ladies and gentlemen, okay, I'm just gonna be honest here. I'm happy that Midoriya has finally
Midoriya.
Midoriya, yeah, that Midoriya has finally learned to fully use the power all throughout his body instead of concentrating it to one area. I think that was the key to begin with. He was thinking of using it on certain parts at different times instead of trying to maximize his whole body up to that, and he can do.
He's
5%.
still going to have to be careful about how much he uses, though.
Well, yeah, of course, but he's at 5% now, and 5%'s a crazy when it terms of power.
Yeah.
I mean, I actually am very excited to see how he's going to implement this into his everyday program now, because where he's at, he's pretty much got a good workout regimen down, and now that he's able to do 5% comfortably, how that's going to change his workout regimen. I mean, for instance, we saw him trying to do some wall hopping in the previous episode, and of course he always wound up falling into the trash bins. But what do you expect? I mean, hey, nobody ever runs a 10-second 100 meter dash and straight out the womb. It takes time, it takes practice, and it takes a shit ton of effort.
Yeah. So the title of this episode,
Midoriya and Shigaraki.
you remember who Shigaraki is?
Yeah.
Handsy Pants Man.
Yeah, that's
Handyman.
the handyman can.
Mr. Frisky Fingers.
I wonder what's going to happen here.
I don't know, but Saitama here. We just got done watching One Punch Man. If you can't tell, we just finished season 2, which very happy with. But
Gotta switch over your hero name.
yeah, hold on. Let me do that. Okay.
I mean, but they both have a hero hunter as well, so.
Yeah, except this one is a lot more brutal, whereas
I mean, is he though? I mean.
well, he uses a blade, and it looks like he
He
delights.
may have actually killed some people.
Yeah, he delights in like blood.
I'm pretty sure Garo's cut people with his hands before, though.
He has, but he's never killed anybody.
I don't think he's actually killed anybody, though.
That we know of.
Yeah.
The law compels him to say no. He has not killed anyone.
That's true.
That's true. That is
Due
very
to
true.
legal reasons, he has to say that he has to
You really
kill
think
them.
Garo really gives a shit about the law?
Maybe, I don't know.
He was calling himself like the hero killer, and he even said something about like having killed like some people.
Actually, no, he did. Oh no, all those people at the Heroes Association, all the wannabe villains.
Did he actually?
That they asked for fight. That I think he did. I think he killed a lot of them.
Yeah,
Maybe.
seems like
So
he
maybe
did.
Garo's actually the worst one.
I don't know.
I guess we'll have to see how Shigaraki compares
We'll have
up.
to see how dark this ends up being. You know. Like,
Well, given
because if you were to like
Ida,
rate them like in terms of like their ESRB or whatever ratings, like I feel like One Punch Man comes
is
off as a
more-
little darker,
it's more
even
adult.
though hardly anyone dies in One Punch Man.
Yeah, One Punch Man is more adult.
Yeah, it's like trying to like walk a line where it's like I want it to be dark enough to be a comic book, but I really don't want to kill off all my cool characters, kind of thing, you know.
Yeah,
Whereas
I get
this is
that.
more like for teenagers could watch this fine, and their parents.
Oh yeah, no
would
problem.
see
No
it
problem
and be
with
like,
that.
yeah, I don't see a problem.
Well,
with
this
that,
one's more
so.
bright and cut. Well, this one's more
Not
like
to say that teenagers
bright and
don't
colorful.
do some like heinous shit nowadays.
Oh, they
or
do.
aren't
They
into
do.
some heinous
Trust
shit.
me. I have a lot of nieces and nephews who are at that age right now, and honestly, it scares me. I mean, my little sisters scare me sometimes because here I am, I'm like sitting there on my phone, and all of a sudden one of them's singing Nicki Minaj. You're gonna eat my ass like a cup. I'm like, what the fuck? Like,
Yeah, right.
Like, why would you say that?
It's like I've heard some kids that are still in high school being like, "Yeah, I've slept with like 9 people." Well, what the fuck? It's like I didn't sleep with 9 people until I was like 26. So like
I was like, let's see, when I graduated high school, I was up to like 4. That's me graduating high school. I
Yeah.
was at 4.
It's like it creeps me out when like a 16-year-old's like ahead of me on like number of people they slept with.
They're
They're just
like,
like, whoa,
they're like basically children. Ugh.
right? I'm just like, what the
Yeah.
fuck?
I'm like,
You need to calm down. You got a lot of life ahead of you.
it's like, you know, okay.
It's like, has anyone ever told you about STDs? Because that's a thing.
Okay, thank you for going down that path, because I was going to say something else that I was probably going to regret. Especially if we're talking about
Like,
kids.
start the video.
Yeah, let's start the video.
Yeah,
hey,
yeah,
let's completely.
I'm just concerned for the well-being of our youth. Know what I
Yep.
mean? Like,
Should
Oh, I'm ready for the end of the world.
Dude, you should be a politician then.
right?
Just joking. Never be a politician.
No, I don't
They,
wanna
they
be.
serve only themselves, never the people. Very cool.
Good guitar riff.
Yep.
ワン・フォー・オールを全身に張り巡らせた状態。そいつを維持したまま動けりゃ、とりあえずは3分。その間に俺に一発でも入れてみな。この程度反応できんのなら、救えるもんも救えんぜ。
もう一回全身に巡らすには時間が少しでも時間を
見えてるぞ。俺
Got
の
him.
動きを崩すための誘いか。こりゃやられた。ワン・フォー・オール、フルカ
Nice.
You got it. Oh,
避けるの
Of course. He's a master hero.
3分。
Not bad though.
昨日と今日、たった1回の思考で前とは劇的に変わった。
oh.
久々に本気で避けたつに。いや、朝飯食ってないな。
食べ出ません
じゃあ、たい焼き温め直して。
Ah!
安全とやるのではなく一つ一つの動作に集中するんだよ。現場で最後にものを言うのは基礎体力だからね。
仕草も可愛い
あるんだ。
Oh.
接客の一つもできねえでどうする。
すいません、大塚愛さん。
ったく
He bruised up his knuckles.
せいだな、お前らは。
能力はもちろんのこと、容姿、言葉遣い、立ち振る舞い、エレガントさがヒーローには必要だ。これが
Oh
そう
God, no! No, his hair!
来る場所間違えた
Oh, it came back.
Unstoppable.
私らもはやただの付き人なんじゃ。これもヒーロー活動の一環、必要なことだと思いますわ。学ぶべきことは絶対にあるはず。
PR.
そのノームの DNA を検査してみたんだ。奴は口が聞けないとかじゃない。何をしても無反応。文字通り思考停止状態。奴の素性だが、障害恐喝の前科持ち。ただのチンピラであることが分かった。報告によると、このチンピラの体には全く別人の DNA が少なくとも4つ以上混在している。
He's a Frankenstein.
と言い方をすれば、
So he's an
複数
amalgamation
の
of
個性に見合う
multiple
体に調整された改造人間。脳の著しい機能低下はその負荷によるものだそうだが、おそらく個性を与える個性を持つ者がいる。
まさか再び動き出したのか。あの男が。
What
Man.
what was it that they
What man?
貴様らの一
the
団に俺も加われだと。
what was it? Okay, what was where the Musketeers? One for, all for one and one for all.
Yeah.
One for all for one?
Did we already have this conversation at one point?
Maybe so.
Maybe like when you guys watched before.
Yeah, maybe so. I think maybe that's the comparison right there because I think maybe that's who he's talking about because if All Might has a power that is supposed to be used for all,
But someone else has a power where they're like all the power for one person.
Well, it's
basically.
like Arthur Petrelli in Heroes, where he would like steal people's abilities.
yeah, that's true. Yeah,
So he's like a guy with like every ability he comes across. He's just like,
yoink, just takes it.
yep.
So
It's very possible. There could be the antithesis to the power.
that's just okay. Sorry, I'm sorry for pausing it right there, guys. Just
That's cool.
had a
I
thought.
always like when anime starts to make
何
me
を
think
成
about
し遂げる
stuff.
にも信念、
Yeah.
思いがいる。ないもの、
Oh,
弱
there
い
he
者が
is.
淘汰される。
黒霧こいつ返せ。
体が動かない。おそらくヒーロー殺しの個性。
ちょっと待て待て、この手のひらはダメだ。殺すぞ。口数が多いな。信念な仰々しいもんないね。落ちたら回復キャラいないんだよ。責任取ってくれんのか。
お前と俺の目的は対極にあるようだ。だが今を壊す。この一点において俺たちは共通してる。異質だが重い。いびつな信念の目がお前には宿っている。お前がどう芽吹いていくのか。始末するのはそれを見届けてからでも遅くはないかもな。さあ俺をホスへ戻せ。あそこにはまだなすべきことが残っている。
He's gotta get his nose back.
奴はこれまで出現した7カ所全てで必ず4人以上のヒーローに危害を加えている。目的があるのかジンクスか知らんが必ずだ。
Yeah, it's like 5 heroes killed, so he has
兄
killed
さんしか
people.
やられていない。
Not to mention, Garu's victims seem to recover after a point.
この手で始末してやる。セントを維持しつつ攻撃。
Ugh.
これくらいにしとくか。コスチュームに着替える。フェーズ2へ行く。いざヴィラン退治だ。
いきなりですか。
俺とばかり戦ってると全く違うタイプへの対応でつまずく。次は様々なタイプと状況の経験を積むフェーズだ。渋谷あたりは小さないざこざ日常茶飯事なわけよ。
渋谷って東京の渋谷ですか。まさかそんなハイカラな街にコスチュームで。ホス氏を横切る。飯田君気になるな。後で連絡してみよう。
今日も京都でパトロール。ごめんね、代わり映えしなくて。君ヒーロー殺し追ってるんだろ。
それは
ただ支援で動くのはやめた方がいいよ。我々ヒーローに逮捕や刑罰を行使する権限はない。ああ、いやヒーロー殺しに罪がないとかじゃなくてね。君真面目そうだからさ、視野がガーッとなっちゃってそうで。ご忠告。
It's the hands.
いや分かってるならいいんだけど。
この町を正す。それにはまだ犠牲がいる。
先日おっしゃっていたやるべきことというやつですか。
お前は話がわかるやつだな。ヒーローとは偉業を成した者のみ許される称号。多すぎるんだよ。英雄気取りの背筋主義者が。
けなげで投げちゃうね。
そうバカにもできませんよ。事実今までにステインが現れた町は軒並み犯罪率が低下しています。
合わないんだよ根本的に。ムカつくしな。黒霧ノーム出せ。俺に歯突き立ててただで済むかって話だ。
Oh,
殺したんな
yeah.
ら
There's more of them.
あんたのメンツと境地
Why?
潰してやるぜ大先輩。
座れスマホ。まったく近頃の若者は。
既読なのに返事がない。
あのビル爆発したぞ。
どこどこ。
何事だ。
火事でしょうか。
お客様、座席におつかまりください。
Uh-oh. That's a no-move.
ノーム。
奴はあんな派手な行動はしないはず。体が動かねえ。クソ野郎が。
Oh no.
スーツを着た子供、血のように赤い巻物と全身に携帯した刃物。ヒーロー殺しステインだな。その目は敵討ちか。言葉には気をつけろ。場合によっては子供でも標的になる。僕はお前にやられたヒーローの弟だ。最高に立派な兄さんの弟だ。僕の名前を生涯忘れるな。インゲニウム、お前を倒すヒーローの名だ。そうか。死ね。
Oh, come on, you bastard. Ah! Oh, why? Why? Why must you be so cruel?
The weird D&D party after that. Interesting.
I wonder if this is a,
Just a preview, it looks like.
Okay, it is preview. Okay. Wasn't sure if it was after credits or not, because we're checking every episode now. Because I know I'd hear an earful if I didn't. But holy hell.
After we missed, like, actual plot in one of the after episodes of One Punch Man.
Yeah. Yeah, people...
Definitely want to double check.
Yeah, best to double check now than be reminded of it in the comment section later. But, yeah.
We want the comments to be fun discussion about the episode. But it
Yeah.
all turns into, you missed it, you missed it, you missed it, you missed it, you missed it. And it's like, we know.
It's like, you guys do realize that if one person makes a comment, we're more likely to see it if you like that comment instead of making your own, right?
That's true.
I mean, and plus, there's more to talk about than just us missing the thing. I mean, if you're going to nitpick, okay, fine, but no need to dwell on the negative all the time. I mean, we're here watching a fun show and having fun, and isn't that what it's supposed to be about? You missed it, you missed it, you missed it. Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
That's pretty much how it is, though. I mean, it is what it is. But still, with this one, we got...
People like to dwell on one mistake rather than anything that could be positive besides that, I guess.
Yeah. As Woody Harrelson, I forget what movie it was. He's like, you can build 1,000,000 bridges, and be known as a bridge builder, but one mistake. Actually, he said this. He said, a man can build 1,000 bridges and he's remembered as a bridge builder, but if he sucks one cock, he's immediately remembered forever as a cocksucker. To which I'm just like, huh. That's actually shockingly true, and it's in its rawest form.
Yeah.
Because, man builds 1,000 bridges, connects the world, makes the world a better place. He was a cocksucker, right?
Right.
That's pretty much how it devolves. What it devolves into. Yeah, it's like, hey, we put one of these out every week, and we haven't missed in what? Ever since you and me started doing these together and everything, we haven't missed since then. Could have done it sooner.
But we missed the after credits scene.
Yeah,
in that one episode.
Exactly. It is what it is, man.
Oh well.
But all right.
At least
So, yeah, there's-
trying to make sure we don't do that again. So.
Oh yeah. So there's more Nomus, and they're wreaking some havoc. I mean, we got winged Nomu, big boy Nomu.
Just pulling those things out of the creeper
Wonder what
crawler.
Nomu means in Japanese, since they're just using
Drink.
that as a
Drink.
really
Mhm.
drink. That's
Yep. Nomu is the base verb for drinking something.
Yeah.
To drink.
Maybe they drink up powers or something.
Maybe it thirst.
I mean,
or something like that.
could be like what is it, a homonym?
Maybe.
Nomu can mean something else depending on the kanji. I don't know, but
That's why I'm always fascinated by the Japanese kanji, is because it can say one thing but mean about 15 different things depending on how it's shaped and how it's done.
Well, I mean, it's or I guess it's a homophone. It sounds the same.
Yes.
But it's written differently because we have bat and bat and bat. So that way you look at it and it's like, oh, it's this kanji, so it means this. You don't have to like use context clues to understand what it is. You know it immediately if you know the kanji.
Yeah.
But if you don't know the kanji, then you're just out of luck.
Which that's all of us here, pretty much.
I don't see like a secondary meaning, and like there's a little insert from the My Hero Academia wiki that's just like he's just explains what he is, which we already know.
Yeah. Well, I guess
now we know he's not unique.
Yeah. Instead,
it's like a type of thing, creepy crawler.
Yeah.
I guess names don't always have a specific meaning. It's just the name.
Well, yeah. That's just like even the most basic names, Smith. Smith, it usually refers back to Smith in some ways. Blacksmith or and of course,
real life names usually have something to do with like an origin story of some sort or something like that.
Yeah.
I always wonder about my last name because I wonder if that means like my family is like known for owing people money.
Well, Hamilton, my last name is like was from like a Scottish village, like the mountain
that sounds
town.
like the name of a town.
Yeah, mountain town. It's like the mountain town. And my first name, Nathaniel, is Hebrew for gift from God. So I am the gift from God from the mountain town. Sounds about right.
I don't know what my name means.
An asshole.
I've never really looked up what my name means exactly in terms of.
Hold on,
Nicholas.
Let's look at the origin of the word of the name Nicholas.
I want to say it might be Russian.
Nicholas name origin. Okay, here we go. The name origin for Nicholas is from victory to the people. It is of Greek origin, actually.
Okay.
So Nicholas is victory of the people.
Nice.
That is the name of it.
That's pretty epic.
And then the
victory of the people.
And then Owen. Let's see, the Owen last name origin. Let's see. It's Irish. Comes back to Eogan. Eogan, which originates from Eugene, which is an original noble-born name, but the lower end was always known as Eogan, which was anglicized into Owen. So that's where that comes from. Interesting. Very interesting.
So I could possibly have some sort of Irish descent.
Yeah, Irish descent. Whereas Nicholas has sort of just become more of a universally accepted name all over because, Nicholas, Nikolai, Nicole.
Well, my mom said that originally they were going to name me Andrew, but they had found out that like it was a really popular name at the time.
Yeah.
So they went with Andrew as my middle name.
As for
which then it turns out that one of my best friends is named Andrew, so I have another friend named Andrew too. So yes, there are a lot of dudes my age named Andrew. It seems.
Yeah. All right. Salyer, the last name for it, or the origins of that name, go back to the time of the Anglo-Saxons. It originally was from the personal name Sailwig, which was transcribed from Old English from the Vikings. So Sailvig.
I hadn't found that before.
That's what it says on here.
Huh. Interesting.
It was transcribed into Old English, and it was anglicized into Salyer.
Interesting, because my hunt for Salyer years ago was a little inclusive. We thought it came from like Norman French somewhere.
Well, the Normans did. It was brought. Okay, the personal name Selvig was an ancient font name that was brought to England by the Normans. And the Normans were. You got to remember though, the Normans had a lot of Vikings because the French pretty much let the Vikings control the Norman coast for protection and everything. So that actually makes sense why Selvig, which is.
So you're saying I might have a little Viking in me?
Potentially, yes. Yeah, part
Interesting.
Japanese, part Viking.
I mean, you gotta-
which is one of your
got a
dream
Viking-
origin stories.
Well, I look
That'd be
Mediterranean,
weird
though,
if you
but
wanted to. You know?
I kind of want to do one of those tests now. Well, I need my dad to do it because his would show up more if there was something like that.
Potentially, yeah, because your mother's side is predominantly like she's half Japanese.
Yeah, so now I would be less Japanese than my brother for sure, because it's not like a perfect 25%.
No. It varies. That's just like me. I looked at mine and I expected my my Native American genes to actually not be as prominent, but turns out they are. And my sister had it done. Turns out she has less Native American genes in her than I do, which I was surprised by that because I was looking. It was like 21% Native American, and the ones that surprised me is like 7% Black and 2% Polynesian, like Tongan is what it said. Which I'm like, wow, that's actually pretty cool.
Wait, so Selvig doesn't mean anything?
Selvig, let's see. Let's look at
I was gonna
Selvig.
say Salyer for some reason that just came to mind as like being some sort of profession.
That's what I was. Yeah, I was kind of wondering.
Like what does a Salyer do? Like he sells things. You know?
He sallies forth.
Yeah. So, the name origins. Here we are. Meaning of name, family crest. Hey,
So
it's a nice family crest. Origins of the name. Yeah, Selvig. Really,
so it's
it's all over the place. What it says here. Selvig translated from Old English means prosperity war.
okay. So who is like the Lord, son of Adam, prosperity war? That's a terrible combination. Oh dear.
It's interesting. Oh, I was gonna say like in terms of names, not necessarily needing to mean anything though. It's like I probably don't count because
They
I'm
don't
not
really
I'm not,
mean
I'm not
anything
a good.
anymore.
I don't think I'm a good writer, but like my characters are all named things that I made up completely. Like I just tried to make unique names.
Well,
so
yeah,
they
it's
don't
just like
have
you
a
made up
meaning, but-
Vasarctus.
Yeah, Vasarctus, Serenia, Arcria. Like it's all just kind of syllables I smashed together to make names that sounded unique from anything.
And honestly,
someone else
that's
would come
what
up
people
with.
do anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, some people just add stuff on to the beginning. Like, there's one guy I know. His name is what was it? It was Alta. It was Alma Vernon. Alma Vernon. I'm like adding Alma onto the beginning. I'm like, so your name's Alma Vernon? He's like, yeah, but people just call me AV. It's his mom because his mom really wanted to be original with his name and just called him Alma Vernon. I'm like, well, that's interesting. And then of course you got like Martavius. Then of course Ben Jarvis. That's one thing I've seen pop up a lot. Like the combination of Ben Jarvis. There's a lot of Ben Jarvises popping up.
You just need to give your kids like classic names. I mean,
if you want to, I mean,
I
name your
think
kid whatever you want.
Jarvis is a unique enough name to start with. Like, I don't think there's a ton of people named Jarvis.
Yeah,
Compared to some other names.
just
you know.
get kooky with nicknames.
Maybe there's
Don't-
more after Iron Man, but
True. Well, kooky nicknames are kind of the norm, dude. I mean,
No, I'm fine with a kooky nickname. Just don't make your kid have to like put something dumb on his driver's license that it's like
this whole thing goes back to the whole boy named Sue argument.
or like the weird where they'll take a perfectly functionary name and then like start changing vowels in it, but they pronounce it the same way, and it's just like why?
What you talking about, Joey Quellen?
Like yeah,
Aaron?
basically, yeah.
well, like Jeff, but it's like
Yep.
Geoff.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
and so it's like, so Addison is a really popular girl's name now, and people will start changing out the O for like a Y or something because it literally means son of Adam.
Yeah.
Like it's so it's just like it's weird to see
It's like
Addison
instead
as
of
a
two
girl's name.
D's, you go with one D and a Y.
Yeah, something
and
like just something like that. I don't
maybe
know,
change
just
the O
always
to a
odd.
U.
Yeah, something.
Yeah. Gosh. Names
I
are
mean,
weird.
I'm not gonna lie. Like, I would have been kind of stoked if my name was unique enough to be spelled like NY, like Nick NYC. Like it looked kind of interesting. It looked like New York City, but
yeah.
people would probably call me like New York as like a nickname if it was actually like
Yeah.
that.
Or like they just call you
And then
Big
you'd be
Apple.
associated with Tiffany Pollard for the rest of your life. Good God.
Oh.
That one bitch that was on Flavor of Love.
Yikes.
Which, yeah, that was a nightmare.
That was a show.
Indeed. And then, of course, there's also... you can't really do anything like that with my name. Like Nathan, Nathaniel, Nate. Like, you can't really do anything with that. There's not really much you can do.
You can do N-A-Y-T. So you can add like a Y in there, just shove it in there if you want to.
Yeah. I think if I change...
N-A-Y-T-H-A-N.
I think if my
or
name was changed to that, my dad...
N-A-T-H-U-N, like Nathan.
Nathan. Actually, okay, I will say this. Well, I had a pen pal when I was a kid. You remember pen pals? Y'all ever have pen pals when you were kids?
I didn't like people.
Okay.
I know of them.
Online friends.
They did that. No, here's what they did. They teamed us up with a random school from the Midwest and said, here's your pen pal, write a letter to them. Like, tell them what your favorite thing is, if you like video games, stuff like that. To which I was just like, okay. And I forget what the guy's name was. But the one thing I remember from him writing me back is he wrote my name Nathon. N-A-T-H-O-N. I'm like, that's not... What? Dude, what?
What grade were you guys in?
Like 4th or 5th.
Yeah, I don't know. Might have been a little behind on his alphabet stuff.
Maybe they teamed us up with a bunch of kindergartners.
Or it's like in Dial M for Monkey, where all the villains had they ended in O-R for everything.
Yeah, Rasslor.
Rasslor.
Voiced by Randy Savage. Oh yeah.
Huntor.
the silver spooner. He didn't, but that was hilarious. Like, stop right there.
So maybe it was like that, like everything ended in O-N to make it sound like, like a robot or something.
Yeah. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we got to move on from this. This was Season 2, Episode 15, Midoriya versus... Midoriya versus...
it's Midoriya and Shigaraki.
Yeah.
Not versus.
Shigaraki.
You didn't actually fight him.
Yeah. Well... Ladies and gentlemen, I guess that's going to end it for here. If you want to see, if you want to get ahead on this, feel free to check out the description down below to go to our Patreon, and you can find various options on there. And also, if you want to subscribe and ring that bell, we would greatly appreciate it. And hit that like on the video. And until next time, signing off, I'm Nate.
Micah.
I'm Nick.
We will see you all in the next one. Peace out.